Nice desk, polished so well I can see my own reflection. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't, he'll sue you. How about this? Hey, a chessboard. Not too up on my chest, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out the poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. It's nothing. Edgeworth, you kind of hold a grudge against me, or? Whoa, these are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. They're even the ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. I must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Must study these cases reports so closely. So cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. And the jacket's even lacier than his usual ones. Must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right? I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. Just getting way too excited. Oh, here we should present him, this. Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright, huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh yeah, he's the prosecutor. I wish I could be the one on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth, but then my sister would be found guilty. If she ties any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. Here. So in other words, you were the best of the best this year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why's that? I had to go to the police department ceremony to receive that broken shield. Yeah, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, correct? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. Doesn't seem too concerned about his reward, but for better or for worse. Yesterday he was very busy. It was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday. So, like, why, out of any day he could have murdered, why the day where there'd be a bunch of people? Right? That seems kind of stupid. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day. Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when we got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. We don't have the thing. When did she say the murder was? Very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. Yeah, no, I place a little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Ooh. This is the parking stub from the underground lots. Murder took place around 5:50. Wow, 3 minutes after he parked. Murder happened right after you got back. You know what, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct the suspicious glare elsewhere. Who is this now? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth, what is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation's going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. And no name of that kind, sir. Not in the report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. But sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir, of Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Ugh. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy, looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right. Yes, sir. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he said, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Thank you, Edgeworth. I'll see you tomorrow. Here. Check this out. Can you take a look at this? You. Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, but thanks. You must have to brew the leaves at a long time to get a rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it, so that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite. The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. You're right, I am wasting time just showing people stuff. Here. Whoa. First time we've seen the outside of this place. And that guy got his mascot, right? He was aiming for that. He was also in the cutscene for the murder, so I don't know about that. We're finally here. Why would they put the detective so far from the prosecutor's office? That took about 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The first time to the police department, actually. Hold on, what's that? Alright. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you know a lot about the police department. Still, he doesn't seem familiar somehow. He does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. Wow, who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Gumshoe, hey, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. It's our chance to get information. Hey, you know, I'm a very busy man, pal. It's nice to see you, a familiar face again. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective of the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. Well, what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect, Lana Sky's sister. Wow, the chief prosecutor's little sister. Please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yeah, sure. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voice down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. I bet. So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. What did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean with my sister's case and all. It's true, we've never had chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us ranked and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the batter dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing the investigation, and Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene, it's unheard of, pal. Hey, check this out. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. He's even got naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Yep, and then, here. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. And it's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop the card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Ah, my mistake. Don't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, tell us more. So this ID card belonged to the victim. He's a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman. Detective Goodman must have been at the police department yesterday. There's evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. That's the thing. It's hard to say this, but words is that chief prosecutor's guy called him out there to the parking lot, and Lana is confessing as much. Great. What about wait. This. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor's guy to do such a thing? Did I not do the pay stub? Or the parking stub? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The crime the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. For Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? To find out a little more about what's going on. No, we're not going to talk with him though. Can we examine this? Obviously this is going to play a role in the trial, right? I was wondering about that. What's the dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. He made this Detective Gumshoe. The chief threw together some designs that I just did, and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch to it, just dances until the battery dies. Poor blue badger faded to dance until he drops. Wow, it's actually evidence. I mean, I did see it in the cutscene, but come on. Look at that patrolman is saluting the other guy, it must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your suit will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. Guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Can we go in? Doesn't look like it. Maybe, here. As a detective, I had to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better to go babbling all about things I don't know about. But you made it. I wouldn't want you to do that either. Good. Rumor to law. He's in a tough spot again. Minion, you know exactly why again. Why wouldn't you know? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond. But Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Edgeworth forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispers, rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there was no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth had always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I have no idea who was under the gun. Anyway, the latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this all for us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Okay, why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? You met the guy who is. What's his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall is just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe. Sweet, Gumshoe, man. Again, every time he just gets better. He's gonna let us investigate. I'd be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there. Nobody will look at you twice. Thanks, man. It's a shame you're not investigating this one. But who's the chief of police then? Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in the pit till sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here. Hello. What? The surprised look, didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Okay, hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of crime scene. Yeah. Why would they put just a regular officer on it to investigate the crime scene, not an actual detective? Let's see. Anything new? Victim. Oh wait, there's something I wanted to ask you. Scene of the crime, cold grave for men who've lost their dreams, and me, I watch over them and they sleep dreaming of the desert's harsh judgments. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? There you go. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right to this, in this platoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe investigate? Gumshoe. Ah, that old cow dog. He's holding a birthday party or something. Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Great, Detective Gumshoe, I owe you one. No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then. Yay! Officer Marshall isn't a detective, he's a patrolman. Yeah. Also, like, they didn't let anyone into the whatever in the police department, right? There's something going on back there. That reminds me of something. That is odd. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher, not just a patrolman? Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our Gold Strike. Be like the settler striker out for land unknown. Manifest destiny, let's have a hoo-nanny. Note to self, police investigations are like selling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. I should have looked it up. I should have looked at it. Oh. Aw. What about this? It says 1712 on February 21st. Alright. We're examining now. We're going in. First off. Oh shit. Alright. What's this? Looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest this belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah. Right, let's check it out. Can you let me do it? Thank you. First up. What's this? What is this? Ah, what a boring strap. Yeah, I know, right? What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know. Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. Ooh. These are hard to come by, you know. I see he's popular as ever with the kids. Good old willpower. Right behind it in the back, what's this? Huh, the display is still on the redial button. Redial. Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button and dial the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Come on, whatever, let's check out the phone. Should I press the redial? Who's gonna answer? Now I wonder who the owner of the phone called last. Note to self, if the defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Ooh. What's going on over there? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on their phone, didn't you? Oh, yeah. Whose phone is that anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's. You'd think she would know. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made when the murder occurred. Right when the murder occurred, looks like someone was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that, oh. Sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone. Yeah, kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. I shoot you for that in Texas, partner. You're from LA. I have incited the wrath of Lone Star Patrolman. Wait, so that was our phone ringing? When we called? Hold on. Can we try that again? No, go back. Court record. Check. Open it up. Open it up. It's not gonna let us open it up, is it? Oh wait. Do it again. No need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. It's nothing. Great. Last called me in at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Okay, examine. What's that, rope? This rope, is it? Yep. Laid it in the outline of the victim's body. Oh. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You gotta be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. And then, I guess the car itself. Appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. Crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Edgeworth quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to the B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving him my job that soon. What's going on up there? No clues. What about this? An oil drum looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy, I can't even budge it. Drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think he'll probably just get arrested. In fact, he may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Is there anything else? I don't think so, right? So where the cars leave a lot, the arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Maybe it's both kind of a dual purpose. The theory of relativity. What? I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British? Mr. Relativity, are you sure that was his name? That's it. That's all we got. Oh wait, talk. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Really? Now you tell me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, so why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now and keeping an eye on the meantime. No, you aren't. Gumshoe's fucking partying out in the entrance of your office. That's odd though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? That cowdog's been kicked out of the cattle run by order of Chief of Office. Just he don't realize it yet. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young, remember that, partner? Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Oh, well, aren't you a feisty doggy? Oh my god, just hurry up. Detective Gumshoe was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star. One step to chest to fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Yeah, finally. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that. Chief Prosecutor Sky and the Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common. They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Yep, Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. Only reason why he didn't do much work with Chief Prosecutor. My stepsister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot. So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. So there's a connection between there's no connection. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided. Officer Marshall. Yeah. How can you say that? You and my sister, you were what? I apologize, something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's the dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill wind, someone is up to something here. The suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years. Forged evidence, arranging testimonies, you name it. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? There are prosecutors. These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. You follow the rumor about Mr. Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits, untouchable, you might say. One person who? I mean, it's your sister. Chief Prosecutor Alana Skye. What? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. We're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials. When there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere, everyone knows it. That's how Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case. And they targeted him because he was closest to Edgeworth. Now there's some shady shit going on around here. Let's go talk with Edgeworth, maybe. He's not here. Alright then, let's go to... Where should I present him? Check this out. Alright, come by to count to 3, huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me never to visit Texas. Alright, so you're useless to me now. Detention center? Nope. Where to? Police department? Maybe tell Gumshoe like, yeah, they said there's this. Nope. Represents. Check it out. As a detective, I had to keep my mouth shut. Come on. How about this? What to do? There has to be something I missed in the parking lot, right? Let's examine again, real quick. Rope, yeah, okay. What about this? This one over here. Rope, okay. What about this? Oh, phone. Let's see if it works. Don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears. No, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What did she feel heavily about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Why's the phone broken? Look, a door. Must mean something. Not sure that door means anything. No, it won't open. I'm sure it's locked. Great. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation. Yep. This. So where the cars leave a lot. Oh, it's up here. No. This. The wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. Yeah, I'm lost. Presents. Or court record, check. Goodman, 36 male, date, time, death. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused by a 12 centimeter knife stab, single stab wound was found. And how big is this knife? No prints. Interesting. How big is this knife? How big is this? I wish I could tell. Hey. No. Present. Check it out. What do you make of this? Toy shield suits the boy well. Oh, maybe he knows about why it's broken. What exactly could the shield with? What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get that point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have K for King of Detectives on it? They could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, prosecutors from the prosecutor's office in criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it, they got cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Okay. What about this? Alright, camaraderie. God damn it. What about this? What's that? Some sort of police passport and Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. Found it at a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole. If you want distance, get yourself to... Fucking shut up. Tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town with a tiny little evidence. What difference did a few yards make? As yourself, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. No better way to study than to hang out with the pros. What about this? I see your badge. It looks pretty round. Our badge is a star, a lone star shining in the nighttime sky, being a light illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night. Evildoers are weak against starlight. The sheriff's badge, yeah. I'm really lost. There's nothing else on that car, right? Maybe in the trunk, maybe I just like examine the trunk itself. Maybe it's something else. Oh, what's this? Looks like a note of some sort. There we go. Look, something written on it. 675-12-2 or 221 SL9, and it also says Goodman on the top. Their name printed on the paper. Goodman, maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for detective reasoning, go to Edgeworth. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what that means either. Alright, let's check it out. How are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report and a note from the victim and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana's confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yeah? I know the song your phone plays when it rings. I know that song. What? That's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? The popular TV show for kids. That phone that just rang wasn't mine. It was yours. Ooh. Interesting. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Why would she do that? The detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I don't know everything that went on here. be continued. I wanted to check out that letter because it obviously is what I'd said it was. It was just upside down. Come on.